in the oldest city in the U.S., St. Augustine, Florida. And we're kicking off the day at the St. Augustine Lighthouse right here. There's a museum nearby, and you can pay, I think it's $15 a person for tickets. And you can even go up on top of the lighthouse. There's some people up there you can see. But yeah, really pretty lighthouse. Earlier in the morning, we also went to a farmer's market. It goes from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. At the amphitheater, and it was really nice. Lots of vendors. There was honey, food, produce, clothes, handcrafted items. It was really nice and decent size.
We also went to a local specialty coffee shop called the Kookaburra.
It has really cute branding, you know, it's after the Australian bird, the kookaburra.
I bought a latte mug, and their stuff was pretty decent, not as good as the place in Sarasota called Palma Coffee.
And they have Aussie pies, which are interesting. We got a breakfast one. So we actually drove through St. Augustine, the downtown, to get to kind of the end of it where the Fountain of Youth is, which is the first colony settlement in America in 1515. So it's the first settlement that was in 1515 is at this Fountain of Youth, and it's the legend, you know, of the Fountain of Youth, that you drink from it and you never grow old. Trying to lay eggs. This wall's interesting. I just noticed it's made out of like oyster shells. That's cool. Anyway, we noticed with a lot of places down here in St. Augustine, it costs money to get into literally everything. So it's like, I don't even know what we're actually gonna get into. Like, if you spend money to go into all these places, it's gonna cost you a lot. This is $20 a person to get into, and I mean, it would be cool to see, but I don't know if it's worth that much. And I think that's gonna be the trend with a lot of places. And you'll see a lot of trolleys going by and lots of tourists, and I did not expect to see so many trolleys, and a lot of them will give you free parking if you go with a trolley tour. Kind of wacky, but yeah, I mean, at least we saw the land in general where the first settlement was. Well, y'all, it's a hot one. And we're currently at the mission Nombre de Dios. There are some different monuments here, including a shrine to the Virgin Mary. And as expected, since it's the oldest city in the U.S., there's lots of old things here, and old architecture, old monuments, old settlements, and a lot of this stuff dates back to 1565 when St. Augustine was founded by the Spanish. Back there is a big monument of a cross called the Great Cross, and if I heard correctly, it's 140,000 pounds of stainless steel. This area is named the most sacred acre, I guess, in the US. And that little shrine there, it's the 4th building that's been built on that foundation, but the original one was built in like 1615, I think it said. And we went inside and there was lots of people paying their respects, so we didn't film anything in the inside, but it's pretty small. They actually said that that location is the spot of the first Thanksgiving. They found artifacts that suggest that, but I don't know how true that is or not, because like I always learned it was in Massachusetts, New England, but we weren't around to really know if that's true or not. Maybe it is, but if so, that's a very historical, important place. So we tried to go to this restaurant called the Columbia, but it was super busy. So instead we went to this place called the Cuban Cafe and Bakery, and we got a Cuban there. And if you don't know what a Cuban is, it has basically ham, pork, mustard, pickle on like kind of like a panini bread, and it's really good. And what we didn't know is it actually originated in Tampa, Florida, which I didn't think. Downtown St. Augustine is very busy, very happening. It has nice brick streets and lots of different places to shop and eat. It's very cute, definitely, with all the buildings, and they're so colorful, but very busy. We went to this place called Hippo Gourmet Ice Pops to cool down with some popsicles, and we got an Elvis one, which is peanut butter, honey, and banana, and Matt got an orange pineapple, and he says it's really good. Refreshing. Mine tastes like it's that ice cream hack where you just blend up frozen chopped bananas to make ice cream. That's what this tastes like, with a hint of peanut butter. So this behind us, it might not look like anything important, but this is Treasury Street. It's a very unique street because they made it just wide enough that 2 people carrying a chest could go through this little street, and so horses and carriages couldn't go through to prevent pirates from stealing lots of stuff. So yeah, a very interesting and notable street. Alright, well, it's been an interesting day. St. Augustine is actually a very interesting place just because of the history. There's also a really nice fort here. It's actually a national park. I think it's called Fort San Marcos, and it costs money to get into that as well, which most national parks are that way, so like I get it. But it's super busy, and again, a lot of these places cost money to get into, so you can call us cheap because we kind of are. But we're not. We just did a drive-by to look at it, and it is very big and impressive. But there's a lot of other things in St. Augustine, lots of various museums, like a pirate museum, a shipwreck museum, a colonial quarter like museum, and like a old general store. There's a lot here, but there's tons of people here too because they have so many of these attractions, and there's a lot of these trolleys around that really hold up traffic. So, and add to the fact it's basically 100 degrees out, so it hasn't been our best day. So we're sorry we couldn't share more like we originally planned. It definitely is a very cute place, but just super touristy and hot and not our scene, but it is cute. We can say for sure we much prefer the Gulf Coast side compared to this stuff so far. But maybe we'll check out some beaches around the area while we're still here and see how those are. decided to get into nature for a little bit, and we went south about 40 minutes from St. Augustine to Washington Oaks Garden State Park. It was said that this was purchased by a distant relative of George Washington, and it's really peaceful back here. They're supposed to have nice formal gardens and also some water access too. I think there's a beach here. So we're gonna go check it out and see what it's all about. Only $5 a vehicle to get in here. There's this home here that used to be where the owners lived by the little inlet, and it's like turned into like a little museum right now. There's a little bit in it, not too much, but it's a nice place to escape the heat for sure, and it's decorated really cute in there, very Victorian-esque. So also in this park, you might notice gardens is in the name, and that's because they have formal gardens here. And we walked into like a rose garden area that has all kinds of different color roses, and they're all so beautiful. Definitely a good choice to come here. So peaceful and relaxing and pretty, nice nature. Honestly, I had high expectations for St. Augustine, but I'm much more enjoying this, and it just costs $5 to get into. They used to actually have citrus groves here, but now it's all cleared out, it looks like. But that would have been really cool if they still had them. But in general, this place is awesome. They have lots of beautiful foliage, flowers, there's butterflies flying all around, and dragonflies, and peaceful water fountains trickling. Really good stuff. Oh God.